Learning Studios in action. Today, we're taking a look at what learning studios look like in a biology classroom. Hi, everybody. My name is Marcia, and today we're exploring what studios look like in a biology classroom. I had the privilege of being inside of this amazing blended learning classroom a couple weeks ago where Miss Martinez went in and used all the resources that we showcased during a workshop and she implemented right inside of her classroom. So today we get a look at learning studios in action. So you ready? Let's go. Like I said, we're in a biology classroom, and I'm going to just give you some examples of what happens when a teacher is deploying learning studios. The students are able to talk, they're able to collaborate, and this teacher even allowed the students to move at their own pace. So when they get done with something, they move on to the next activity. Now, when the students first come into the classroom, this is what she has posted on the board. And I love this because it kind of gives visuals. It tells them exactly what's going to happen, and it has a countdown timer. I know they move at their own pace, but the countdown timer is for her and her small groups to kind of like keep her moving. And also she makes an announcement. Hey, that was 8 minutes. If you haven't moved yet, get moving. The board also indicates the icons of what's going to happen on their checklist. So on their checklist, they have pictures that match up. And also they have visuals for future ready what they need to be doing. And of course, digital content, a video. They have when they're going to be meeting with the teacher. And I love this. She started with her high flyers first. So her first group are the ones that really get it and understand what's going on. So she gets in and then moves on to the next group. Then she pulled back some of her struggling students. And then she worked her way from struggling to those who are getting it even more. Her last group are those that are chronically absent. I've never heard of a teacher doing this before, but I love this. It gave those students time to come into her classroom, and if they showed up by the end of class, she still had time to work with them in their small group. Love that idea. Shout out to her for thinking outside the box. Now let's talk about her checklist. Her checklist, what I love about this is she's personalizing the checklist for the students. She made 3 different checklists. One in English, one in Spanish, and the one you see is in Chinese. Why? Because she really wants the students to be set up for success in all the studios, so that way they are able to read it in their native language. Now let's dive into the different learning studios. We have our small group where she is doing a sorting activity with the students. She's getting them talking, collaborating, and she's right there helping them to understand the concepts. Differentiated small groups in action. The next one we're going to see is a digital content bar. Her digital content bar was set up in the back of the room where the students could be working and watching the video. They were listening and answering questions. Now, they did work together, which is okay to answer those questions, but we did see a couple of students just writing down the answers. So a quick level up strategy, I said, would be move that digital content closer to the small group so you can monitor their screens and make sure that they're still staying on task. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, oh yeah, I forgot, the direction cards. Do you see her direction cards? Pay attention to them. The next one we're going to talk about is a future ready studio. So the students had a poster that they were looking at, and it's a real world application. So they were working together with a partner to answer questions. On her back of her checklist, I love that she did this. She actually had like guided note questions for the students to answer. No technology, just partner work. The next thing that we have was our independent practice. Another great learning studio activity. The students had a little like questions they could use. They had to pick 1 or 2, or maybe they even completed 3. Again, they had 12 minutes to do the independent practice, and then they had different questions they could pick from. Her level up strategy was post the answers. A great way to make sure that the kids are actually getting the right answers. That was a quick dive right inside of a biology classroom that was deploying working at your own pace checklist, 3 different checklists and learning studios that were hands-on, engaging, and allowed the opportunity for students to collaborate and work together. I hope you enjoyed these learning studios